In this episode, we chatted about TikTok hate. We actually get some live hate as well. We did. Chatted about things that we see in the industry time and time again, and the way the game shows are going. Welcome to episode 34 of the No Rep podcast. I'm with my man Jordan and my good man Daniel.
Napoleon.
Napoleon. How are we?
Good.
We're good. Very, very quick.
Let's fuck the formalities off. Right, let's get into it.
Yeah, your black eye looks the same as last week, Evan. It's almost like you record 2 episodes in the one day.
Do not dare tell the secrets. Don't dare tell the secrets the internet don't deserve to know.
Anyway, we are here today to talk about several things. We're going to chat about hate on social media, specifically TikTok.
Physical 100. Oh, right, okay, you've chucked that in. Right, okay. Last minute entry. We'll talk about it.
Wow. Okay, continue. So, would you like to kick us off with this?
Evan, panic.
I don't know.
Fact about Evan, see if he doesn't have at least a couple of minutes of like, just to let you know we're going to bring us up, flustered.
Oh, panic.
Completely flustered.
He's
like, oh no, it's dude.
Do you know, my brain goes to, Jordan's going to say something. We're going to get cancelled. Oh no. My mum's listening.
In fact, talking about... Right, so we'll get on to the hate on TikTok, because you've been posting on TikTok for a while. I did sporadically, and now I've started to do it a bit more consistently, and you get fucking random hate comments. It's quite funny. Like, we could all take it in the chin, but like, imagine if you were just somebody random, just like posting like your day and some fucking Sven. It's like, you're a dick. You're like, oh my god, I'm a dick. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
So like, obviously we can take it, but like some people can't. It's just mad how people can do that. But to zoom out a wee bit, I posted talking about cancellation and whatnot. I posted on my Instagram the other day. A lot of my friends used to call me gay for doing CrossFit. Used to say CrossFit was gay. I said, it's my friends' words, not mine. I'm just repeating what they said.
Yep.
And I was like, here's my response. And then it was a video of me and Andy. Did you see it?
Doing the thing.
Doing a synchro attached video, right?
Yep.
And then I actually got like a random message from someone that I don't actually know.
Was that a comment or a message?
Message.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah,
a
a message being like that, that's a bit insensitive, is it not? And I was like, listen, I was like, you're not gay, right? By what I could tell from social media, pictures with a partner and stuff like that. So I'm like, why are you being offended on behalf of someone else? When I actually had several gay people who are my friends, one of them was my client, good friend Gareth, commented calling them hose to bar, not toes to bar. Like playing on the fact that it's obviously a fucking joke, right? And it's like, I often find, and it even comes into race as well, that people often get hate aren't the ones that are targeted. They are
Triggered?
They're triggered. They're triggered for someone else.
Oh,
second-hand triggerment.
Second-hand trigger. But why do people do that?
Because they need something to do.
I can imagine that's offensive for someone else. I'm going to tell you my feelings.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I seen on TikTok, it was I said that there to annoy Evan. I said it to annoy Evan.
And he's calling it TikTok.
I said it to annoy Evan. On TikTok was this boy getting up and he was dressed in a traditional kind of Mexican sombrero and the fucking, what do you call it?
No way, Jose.
Poncho, maybe maybe that's what it's called. It's probably got another name. But anyway, walking up to people on a college campus and saying, does this offend you, what I'm wearing now? And he's like, are you Mexican? He's like, nah. He goes, well, aye. He's like, all right. And everybody said that, right? Then he went to like, it was like a little Mexican kind of side of the city where there was like stalls and people from like Mexico and the local culture and stuff like that. He's like, does what I'm wearing offend you? He's like, they were like, no, it's brilliant,
no,
man.
Hombre.
Excellent. Like, hundreds of people. No, it's amazing, man. I love it and all that. Like,
it was just wearing a poncho and one of them mad hats.
Aye. All the Mexicans like, no, why would I be offended? Like,
yeah, I think people are now just in a rush to be offended on behalf of someone else. Aye. Like it's second-hand offensement. It's becoming more and more prevalent. And then when someone slid at my DM, someone who I don't know personally, they don't know me personally, bit insensitive, don't you think? And I'm like, listen, shut it. I love the gays. only the cool ones though. It's another joke, right?
Another joke.
So I was posting some videos on TikTok, right? Helpful shit, right? So imagine it. Remember that thing that was going about? I think this was me even before lockdown, but it was like the 4 pictures, and it's like your Facebook profile picture, your LinkedIn, your Tinder, and your something else, and it would be 4 different pictures of you in different scenarios.
Yep.
But it's all social media. I think that is very, very real now in terms of like, so I would post a video on Instagram that people would reshare. Random people I don't know resharing it. Random people I don't know commenting on it, going, thanks, this is amazing, thanks for the tips, thanks for the help, thanks for the advice. And then people messaging me going, I found this really useful, I've saved it, I've sent it to my friends. I'm like, sick, that's so cool. I post it on TikTok. So I posted a video. Where is it? It's not that one. It is, I mean, it got 222 likes, so some people did like it. 220, sorry. 220. God, what a mental story. Cheers for that, mate. And I'm like that, listen, your ma liked it when I told her it as well. So every time someone comments something, their ma's getting it. Nobody's ma is safe. Nobody's ma is safe.
I don't get it. Let's see if I watch something on TikTok, right? It could be a PT saying something, and see even if I think, do you know what, that's absolutely fucking shite.
Yeah.
What they're saying or whatever. There's not one part of me that would comment on it and go, like, by the way, that's Doug, mate. Do you know what I mean? There's no part of my body that would want to actually waste my time and go out of my day to say, you're shite. What do they actually gain from that?
I also find the whole commenting on people's profiles a bit of a weird concept to begin with. So I feel like the smaller someone's profile is and the less professional the content is, the more comments I get that gets, I feel like that's a good and wholesome thing, right? Because you're generally, if it's positive or whatever, like people just engagement on somebody's content generally is quite good. But see these, like, say James Smith posts something, right? And then like Susan doesn't like it. I don't like this. Mate, he's got like 1.5 million followers. Why are you like, see when someone's post has like 29,000 comments?
He's not even going to read it.
Who the fuck? Who gives a fuck?
But this is the thing. Do you think James Smith's going to go, oh, Susan, I'm so sorry.
I know.
I'm going to change the way I do things to make you happy.
So weird. It's so weird.
It's a mad concept, that.
But it's but another thing as well is that, like, I'll get 2 or 3 people comment and go like that, oh, that's good, that helped me, that blah 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 blah. But then I get fucking Sven.
Did you think people just forget that they just don't think it's real? I feel.
Yeah.
It's almost like they just think it's a game.
It's a throwaway comment.
Aye.
Nothing will...
Aye. They forget it's real life.
I mean, it is. I do find it is funny, but like I said, there is other people out there who wouldn't be able to handle that potentially, or it might have took them a lot to post something. Because for some people, for us, fucking sat in front of a camera for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours, so it's not really a thing anymore. But like, imagine when you first like set up your phone to like talk in front of it, and you're so protein is
posts on creatine,
good for you. Chocolate cream is bad for you. Like,
chat.
So like shit like that. So like obviously it takes you a lot to do that first thing. So then if you get some fucking dauber out there who just goes, shut up, or like gives you hate or throws hate your way, it's just like, what possesses someone to do that?
Do you know, see, before we started the podcast, actually, there was a little part of me, because I'm obviously quite an anxious soul, right? There's a little part of me that's like,
you're a gentle giant.
I'm a gentle giant. And like, see, when you're putting your opinions out there, right, obviously you leave yourself open to criticism and stuff. And I've had like my friends and stuff to be like, nah, we don't really like the podcast, or like that's shite, or whatever. And I was really worried. I was actually quite a little bit worried about, and I'm obviously, I got quite thick skin as well, but see if it's going to make us. Why are you laughing?
Hold on. He just sat there and opened up.
I was vulnerable.
Sorry. I was going to say thick thighs, but I didn't. Just because you said something nicer, so I'll just leave him.
You'll just laugh at him instead.
Sorry.
No,
just say that.
But this is like, so we can do it, obviously. So imagine like one of your clients or somebody that put something on, it was them. Actually, from a coaching perspective,
yeah,
maybe not so much with you, maybe more with you. Clients can be a little bit reluctant to film themselves in the gym.
Aye.
Right, obviously, because they're like, and I don't know why, it's scary, you're putting your phone out, you're recording your thing and whatever, we don't fight, but whatever. But imagine they then posted that on their TikTok or their Instagram because they're dead proud of it, and then someday fucking Sven rocks in and goes a shite form.
No reps or
whatever it is they said, and then that'll be in their subconscious every single time they go to the gym.
Maybe never record ourselves again. Or
Yep. It's
so on the subject of recording yourself, see if you are a wee bit nervous, pretend you're not recording yourself. So just put your that's just what I say, it sounds so stupid and obvious. Put your water bottle down, right, like this, and then just put your phone next to it. Like that, and nobody will know you're recording. That's it.
Right, so see if you're going to talk in front of 10,000 people, right? Just pretend you're not doing it.
Pretend they're all naked.
And then just do it instead.
That's what they say about it. If you're talking in front of 10,000 people, just pretend everybody's on a buff.
No.
That's a
I know that is a thing.
I know I've heard it's a thing, but I don't think that would help at all. No, you're right, because I know that there's some people that I know there's some people that I know that are that podcast is fucking stupid, it's whatever, it's ridiculous, it's blah 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 blah. But then people might have said that episode's like 1 to 10, and then 10 to 20 you start getting guests, and then 20 to 30 it starts to gain a bit of traction, and then when you're 100 episodes deep and like whatever, who knows what might happen. I'm not saying it's fucking going to be like through the roof or whatever, but this is what us doing this podcast is the same version of someone walking into the gym for the first time, or someone recording themselves in the gym for the first time, or someone posting on social media for the first time. So that's like, this was our first time, so we are going to be met with the same roadblocks or similar roadblocks as to someone else's.
Totally.
So it's all the fucking same shit that everybody goes through, just at different places or at different levels and in different kind of environments.
Mr. Beast, he done a video recently and he said all his mates and all his people were like, why are you videoing yourself? Why are you putting YouTubes up? What's the point? And they'd go right. He's like, my family didn't get it. Everybody thought I was mad.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah. I think we spoke about this just off camera there. We were talking about something, and it's just about how they don't care about what they think. They just have a burning desire to just chase after one thing, and they don't really have any care for the hate or anything else. Not even hate, people that just scoff or whatever. And it's like, they're living their lives, I'll live mine, and I'll do whatever I want to kind of navigate through all that push. But I think, because I do remember your face changing, being like, I've booked the studio, I've done this, and you're okay, we're doing it then. Yes, we're doing it.
The cat needs to get walked next Tuesday. I don't know.
I know, it's litter day. We need to change the litter. I need to bath the cats. But that's actually, again, maybe down to a little bit of anxiety and stuff. Like, I'm a planner. I like to have a plan for my plan. I like to analyse it and all that sort of stuff.
A
plan for my plan.
Yeah.
But
then do you think you're like, that's something that maybe stops you?
Oh no, 100%. But I'm very analytical with how I process things, whereas you're quite impulsive.
I'd say I'm somewhere in the middle.
And you're
quite funny.
You're probably in the middle.
Yeah.
So this is why we compliment each other.
Yeah.
But if you hadn't done that, I wouldn't have booked it.
Yeah.
I would have planned it, put it off, waited till it's perfect and all that.
Yeah.
Probably. Out of, again, potentially fear of people saying, oh, you're stupid, but you need to do things that you're uncomfortable to kind of level up as a person and stuff. And like, see, if you look at episode 1 to episode 34, we've definitely got better at this, more confident.
I think so.
Even like,
I'd like to
the chat's still shit.
Chat's still shit. We all
shit.
started the gym probably same ages, right? Late teens.
Aye.
Mid-teen,
Yeah.
right?
I was like 2 or 3.
Aye, right. So Jordan was a bit older, but
2
I get ripped off all my pals.
What, for going to the gym?
I thought you was going to say I get ripped at the gym.
Ripped off all my pals for doing it, and like, because I was eating chicken rice and broccoli and doing all that stuff and like counting my calories and that, I get ripped. What you doing, man?
Yeah.
You know that, like, pure rip for all. You're not going to this weekend, you're going to stay and eat your protein,
rice.
that, like, you got to go to the gym, like, pure rip for it. Then I've PT'd every single one of them now.
Have you?
Fuck on, every one of them came for coaching. Do you know what I mean? I need to get in shape. Like, do you, bro?
Yeah.
Do you know, this is the thing, you never get criticised from somebody that's ahead of you.
This is very true. That's probably the truest thing I've heard with the whole.
Say it again.
You never get criticised for somebody that's ahead of you.
Amen.
Thank you. Yeah. And but it's absolutely bang on. It's always people that generally they maybe want to be doing something that you're doing, or they could have done the thing that you're doing but they didn't for whatever reason. So then there's that,
like maybe they see you doing something, they're like, I can never do that. And then that annoys them a wee bit, and then they feel they need to attack you. And I think that that's probably where a lot of hate comes to online. Something they can never do because maybe they'll get the confidence, or maybe they're like, oh my god, I would never do something with that. So they go the opposite way.
I
and
think
give it that
everyone
shit.
has a small element of that though, to a certain extent. So like there's that one individual that I keep highlighting, right? We know who we're talking about. I keep highlighting him.
yes,
And he doesn't, this is just this innocent lad fucking down south that I'm in battles with that has fucking no idea I exist.
he's got no idea there's a battle.
But I'm fucking coming for him, right? And I'm casting hate his way, not personally. I'm not messaging him or fucking on his post or anything.
Got a
like
fucking voodoo
that.
doll.
I type them out and then I delete them. I'm joking. But it's like you can use that for good. So like if I was one of those worms or one of those rats that fucking leave shite comments on people's things, like I could have this exact same emotions as that guy, but I could channel my energy in a different way. I could channel my energy into commenting, or I could channel my energy going in there. I'm going to just overtake him.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to beat him, and I'm going to be like competitive with him. Like that, like in a positive way. And I feel like everybody has that with either certain people's line of work, certain people that are either successful or not successful. I think everybody has it, but just whatever energy they direct to it varies from person to person.
Totally changes. It's all kind of like inspiration or comparison kind of thing. You can either like compare yourself and be negative about it, or you can say, do you know what, I'm going to do what that cunt's doing.
Aye.
But better.
Exactly. But you still hate them either, but you still hate them just as much.
He's a fucking dweeb.
He is a fucking
but see,
dweeb.
this is the thing, like, since I was probably more from a kind of business sense, right? And like we've all had kind of sticking points with business and stuff over the past couple of years. And I used to look at like people like on the same mentorship as me or in the same space as me that were doing better than me, right? And I'd be like, fucking hell, right? But now I'm very much like, if that dweeb can do it, I can do it.
We talk about that a lot.
Oh, constantly.
We talk about that a lot, being like that. This person did this, and we're like, fuck, let's go.
Fuck you, let's go do it.
Let's go. Like, and it's like, and we're using it for good now.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's almost like chucking coal into the fire, being like, let's fucking go. Let's work. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's like, and it happens in the gym as well. So like, I remember I was doing a workout with Andy once, and I was like, it was like an emo, not to bore you with the fucking details of it, but we were doing it, and then I could tell he was fucking struggling a wee bit, and I was like, right, I've got him. He's typically normally better at these types of things. I was like, I could see he's struggling, so I'm going to just like, I'm not struggling. I was, but I'm like, I'm going to look as if I'm fine. So I was pushing through, and we got to the other end of it. And then he said to me, he was like, I was fucking struggling. And I was like, I know, I could tell. And he was like, well, all I was thinking that whole time was that if Jordan can do it, I can do it. And I was like, you fucking bastard. And I was like, but that is really, really good. Yeah. And I was like, and I like that he just had that just thought of being like, well, if he's fucking doing it and he's not struggling, I'll do the same. So it doesn't matter if it's fitness or business or whatever. It's just like you can use, rather than seeing it and going, fuck's sake, he's better than this is shite. I'm stopping, I'm whatever, or giving up or stopping. It's like doing a complete opposite of that. So yeah, everyone has these emotions, but it's just wondering, like, not wondering, it's doing the right thing.
So you chat, aye. Defos.
Anyway, aside from hate, let's not talk about hate all day. What else are we going to talk about? Wait, you want to talk about the show?
That show.
Right, so explain this, because
have you seen Squid Games?
Yeah, I have seen Squid Game.
Right. So they brought a show called Physical 100, which is kind of like the real version of the Squid Games, right?
See, if that and Takeshi's Castle had a baby,
it's kind of is like that. You're right. It is.
That's such a good way of
exactly how to describe it.
Shout out to Takeshi's Castle.
Yes.
Remember getting up the road, what was it? What channel was on? Like TLC or something?
Dave or something on it. It was like Dave or something.
Dave.
It was on all for hours a day. Doesn't matter what time you changed the Dave, it was on.
Omnibus.
Aye, that or
Why is it
fucking
called an
Top Gear.
omnibus?
No idea.
Don't know, man.
Right, continue with powerful.
But that show, I think it's great because it seems like a lot of game shows, a lot of things you watch on telly, without you realising there's a lot of rules in play.
Give us the premise of the whole show.
The premise of the full show, there's 50 people, 100 people.
There's 100 people. Yeah,
50 fucking idiot, man. There's 100 people, right? And they're doing it to win like 200 or 3 million
yen if it was Japan.
No, it's Korea.
Is it Korea?
Korea.
Aye.
Oh, right, sorry.
Which is 250 grand, right? So it's a lot of money. It's life-changing money. It's life changing money, and they'll basically put it's like physical. So who's the strongest, fittest, most durable? They're trying to figure that out, and they've picked like there's a Bear Grylls type guy from North Korea. He's in it, Agent H, and there's like MMA fighters, there's YouTubers.
They're trying to find the perfect physique.
Wrestlers, perfect physique, like the fittest, the strongest, all the rest of it.
Yeah, and it's quite cool what they did with the whole. They basically like obviously got like models of the you covered the body in clay and got like a kind of I don't even know what you call that.
A cast
essentially of the technical term of their body. So then they would go in and they would find their.
They stand next to it, but then every time they're eliminated, if somebody's eliminated, they need to smash their own body, and that's the amount sort of thing.
The first challenge was
the
cool.
Hanging one,
so they had to hang. So it's like you've obviously got like Olympic gold gymnasts taking part in it. You've also got like 120 kilo rugby players. First thing's hanging.
Yep, wrestlers,
right? And it was actually quite cool.
See, their techniques was brilliant. The different technique, the approach and all that.
Such a fascinating like watch, and then they go in and they start battling each other one on one. I've only got that far.
Right.
They start battling each other.
I'll not say too much more, but it gets into like
it's so cool.
Other things, it's great. But that, see, just sitting watching that, and I'm like, the rules are very lenient. The stuff that you can get away with the wrestling and all that, they're getting quite physical.
Going after it, man. Getting after it.
And I just opened up my eyes. I was like, game shows are gonna get fucked up. They're gonna just continue to get people's attention, because people's attention spans are getting fucking lower and lower and lower. Like a typical shitty game show. No, Disney hang me your attention unless you're a bit older. But
part for the chase, mate.
Part for the chase.
I tell you what, the chase is probably the only good bit of telly. Going a bit right now, it's chase.
I don't watch normal TV.
No, I don't watch either. But like, if the chase, see if you had a telly on and there was shows, any show you want in it,
just like how tellies work,
and the chase was on, you put it on.
Pointless.
Another good one. He doesn't watch telly though.
No, my dad watches Pointless. Frank loves Five Guys as well.
The Germans do it different.
Yeah, they do.
Anyway, was that it?
That was it, really? Some show.
It's a good show.
Good show.
Shout out the 100. The next thing, or a couple of other things I wanted to address, was there's things that we continually see time and time again. And I almost wanted to relate this back, that probably it's related to everybody, but everybody's problems that they come to, whether it be a coach for or a PT for, a lot of the times, and I've had a few discussions recently with a few different people that are either joining or wanted to join or anything like that, and they almost think that their problems are like, I mean, they're theirs, but they think they're almost like the only person going through it. So it's like, oh, I have this and I have a busy, like, do you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Flesh that out then. If you know what I'm saying, like flesh that. What do you see time and time again?
So, kind of what you're talking about there. Obviously, like folk are, they feel like it's only them that's ever experienced this problem. It's only them that's ever went through this thing. And I get hit with, like, I don't have enough time. I don't like, or whatever. Right, so it's all related to times, kind of people that maybe run their own business or their mums or all this other stuff. Right, I know what having no times like. Right, bit of perspective, and you would remember me at this stage. I was doing 40 to 50 hours a week, PT, coaching and stuff. I was at uni full time. I was playing rugby 3 times a week. I was like play a game at the weekend, training twice. Was with someone, so I had all the kind of relationship things that you had to do, running a house because she was working, but I was still able to do all the things. And generally people don't have a time problem, they have a time management issue. They're just shit at sticking to the appointments that they make with themselves, or they don't actually take the time to plan and make the appointments with themselves.
Which is usually it, because they get the whole kind of paralysis by analysis thing. Oh, I've got all this shit to do, right?
And then they don't do any of
it. And if you heard people saying, but I hate planning, I feel like I'm getting too like rigid. I feel like I'm just like, what's the things I've heard? I hate planning because like they feel like it makes them too like they don't have their own life or something. I don't know. Like you hear some.
I know
weird stuff.
I've heard.
Do you know what I'm talking
kind
about?
of generally stuff along that kind of line before, and it's absolutely mad. But see, the thing is, see people, if they actually took the time to say, right, these are the things I need to do, and if they started doing the things, guess what? Your list gets fucking smaller.
It fucking does.
And it seems like very, very, very simple advice, right? But see, if you've got a problem with your weight, if you've got energy issues or your training or whatever, see if you made a list. Like, these are the things that I need. And the thing is, people need to get, or need to be able to identify things that are actually going to push the needle. Right?
Rather than being like a busy idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are busy, so I'm not saying that you're not busy, but yeah, are you busy doing the right things? Are you being a busy fool, busy idiot? I think another thing, so one thing to flesh out the kind of planning thing, I remember there was a job I was at previously and I fucking hated it, and I always said that. And it was an excuse. I wasn't trying to look to do my job better. I hated it. But I was like, I'm too busy to do this. I'm too busy to do that. There was stuff getting packed on my desk. I was like, I can't do this. Oh, I need more staff. And he was like, right, you need more staff? I was like, yes. I was like, I need staff to help me out. And he was like, cool. He's like, what won't you do today? He was like, if it takes you longer, you don't get the stuff done, that's fine. I give that the all clear, because he was like my direct next in line. He was like, I want you map out from the second you sit in this office, every 15 minutes, I want you to write down what you've done. Every 15 minutes, put it down. I was like, fucking micromanaging arsehole, man. I'm like, get my fuck off. Right? But there was several things throughout my time working there and working under him that he actually taught me that I still like implement to this day. And doing that for the 15-minute thing, I type it in and did this. And then there was like fucking giant gaps before I would like actually do the next task. And I'm like, what the fuck can I put in this, like in these 15-minute blocks? Because the work that I was doing shouldn't take that much time. No. Like, and he knew that. He was just doing like this visual exercise for me to be like that. You obviously do have time to do these things. And like, when you take that from a work perspective and then you put that into your actual life, like, right, how long does it take for you to actually go to the gym there and back? If you're doing, say it takes you 90 minutes tops, right? Okay, slot that in your day somewhere. Say like prepping your food the next day actually takes like 20 minutes tops, right? Slot that in, and then whatever else, I don't know, getting the rest of your steps in, say that takes half an hour tops, right? And you put that in, you spread that throughout your day, around your working day, whatever, and then you've got all the, and see if you actually did that, and then you're like, fuck, so you're telling me like in under 2.5 hours, I can actually like feel, look, be happy, all of this shit. So not until it's like actually spelled out to someone, that's one thing, and then it's the doing, it's the next, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like, it's so like the lesson I learned from that fucking manager that was micromanaging me and being like, you need to tell me what you're doing every single 15 minutes a day, and I was like, that's fucking bullshit. Turned out to be like one of the pure, I was like, oh, it just like hit me like a ton of bricks.
He taught me something.
He taught me something, and it was good. Do you know what I mean? What do you see?
Yeah. Client Murren on the programme, she massive issue just trying to get to the gym. She'll know this herself. She was uni, work, trying to get the gym in, all this stuff, and she's planned stuff out a wee bit more. Started at the start of the week, end every night, make sure she looks the next day, and she's like, this is what I need to do tomorrow. And she's like, so I'm getting home for work, and I'm like, 3 years. Can chill, get to bed early.
Yeah.
Like, just because she's going to the gym at a time that actually works for her. And this is probably the big thing. People, again, very similar to Ev, like people having struggles just to actually live, never mind fit in the gym as well, just to do everything they're struggling.
Can I?
Yeah, when you go.
See, kind of related to all this sort of stuff, I find that a lot of people, especially with actually getting to the gym, and then they're maybe like, oh, I can't do it or whatever, it's because they're trying to pigeonhole going to the gym during their working week. So maybe they've got a family or whatever, and they can't do it after work for whatever reason, so they're trying to force themselves to go in the morning before work. But you've got 2 days at the weekend where you could go to the gym. So see if this isn't working for you, guess what, you can actually use a Saturday Sunday to go.
But you know, that's my time off.
But that's a mindset. Just about to say, it's the mindset of the weekend. I don't date in the weekends. You've told yourself that, you've bought yourself into that idea that you don't fucking do it in the weekends.
But isn't that the fucking problem though?
You've gave yourself, guess how many days a week you're giving yourself to get shit done? 5. Guess how many days there are in a week? 7. Fucking hell.
Maths.
Like,
quick maths.
There's 2 full days. So very similar on what you said there. But no, Murren's seen massive difference, because, and this is basically, I'm going somewhere with this. What I say to her, and this is what she took away from it, is like, there might be times that you want to go to the gym and you want to do things. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking at the times that you need to go. So when do you want to go? I want to go at 6 o'clock at night. Does that work for you? Is that going to be an issue for you? Yes. But when can you go?
Yep.
When do you need to go? If I want to get to the gym, I realistically need to go here, because it's before work, it's before uni, I don't have anything popping up, so nothing's going to get in my way. Well, there you go. You go before, and now fucking 4 weeks in, consistently smashing the gym. So, aye. But no, something I see is people who try, they're doing the wrong things, don't see the results, fall away. Repeat, over and over again. 7 years, is that how long you've been doing it? Yep. So you've been training for 7 years? Yep. You ever went and get help? No. Why? I don't know. And it's like the same issue of like thinking you know what you should be doing, but don't worry if you don't. Do you know what I mean? Like
you're not meant to
you're
know.
not meant to know that. Like that's not something you just should know. But aye, so I'd say that like people going on and off the wagon because it's like doing the things, it's either maybe too restrictive or it's just not the right thing. So then the results don't come, then motivation dwindles, then they fall off. Repeat. I see that a lot.
Yeah, I actually.
And something I can ask you, right?
Go on.
So we're obviously talking about from like a kind of point of view, like who we speak to stuff. What do you see in CrossFit gyms? In the actual gym?
In the gym itself?
In CrossFit gyms, what do you see?
Fucking too many people with their tops off for a start. It's a joke. Fucking keep your clothes on. I mean, there's a bunch of different things. What I often see is, there's a couple of different things actually, but probably one of the most prevalent things is people trying to do the fancy shit like way too quick. They always try and see, like, they see the stuff on Instagram, they see the stuff on YouTube, they see the stuff on fucking TikTok, wherever it may be, and it's like people doing muscle-ups, people doing hand, like all the shit that they can't even, they shouldn't even be thinking about yet.
Yeah.
But yet that's what they are like.
All running before you can walk.
At the end of the day, that's what drew me to it. That's what drew me to go in there, was like watching the YouTube documentaries and being like, I want to do what he's doing. That looks cool. That'll make me fit for rugby. Is what the reason why I went there.
Then you fucking quit rugby.
And then I never went back.
Ridiculous. We'll speak after class.
We'll speak after class. But it's shit like that. And I think I made a ton of videos recently that seem to have been getting traction from people who are also suffering from the exact same problem. And it was like, when I first went there, I was like, first day, let's try and do a muscle up. It's like, well, fucking slow down, calm down. Like, let's kind of pick it up as we go. But
It's literally me.
Yeah.
It's literally me. He's talking about me then when I just started CrossFit last year.
I'll pick back on that in a second, but there's something I wanted to flesh out more on your points before coming back to mine, was that I actually need to commend you guys more, because I used to work with people as well that I used to struggle to like get them into the gym, and more I'm starting to work with people who I resonate more with, because they're like just versions of me almost. Guy and girl versions of me like 5 years ago who are like gym, fucking constant, but they want to get to that next level. So I've got no issue getting them there. I actually need to pull them back and actually reduce people's training days and reduce people's training volumes. I struggle personally working with people who struggle to get to the gym. I know that's hard for some people to like comprehend, and Katie's one of those people who like struggles to get to the gym, right? New mum, she's busy working, she's trying to spend time with Hattie, she's trying to manage the house, manage me, my dumbass. We're sharing a car at the minute. I get it. She'll come to you with all the excuses, right? She'll come to you with all the excuses, and she is doing really, really well in order to try and get there. But it's something I can't personally resonate with, because if I was in her position, which I kind of sort of maybe a little bit was, I'm not going to compare the two, but it's like, I'm going to make the time. I'm going to go because I know that's what I want to do. So like, how do you help people get that? Because I struggle to coach people to get them to the gym. I'm like, listen, if you're not interested in going to the gym, I'm not interested in working with you, because I need you there, like for a start. So how do you kind of navigate that?
It depends, because you probably gave us 7. Some people have a different reason why they're not going. They don't like it, say, right? So then it's about making name clear on, well, what is it you don't like about it? It might be because a certain opinion they have in it, or a certain experience they've had in the gym, or what they kind of deem the gym is. So sometimes they deem the gym is like, oh, this is just weight loss, and I've had an issue with my weight all my life. So they kind of connect two bad things, the gym and the bad thing together. I've seen that. And I'm like, well, let's try and flip how you view the gym. What else are you getting at the gym aside from weight loss? So picking other things up. But kind of one of the biggest things I'd probably say, 2 things. 3 I'll come on to the third. So there's 2 main things. It's getting clarity on what is it you want to get away from now? What is it you're really unhappy with? The kind of current situation you're in yourself. Make somebody very clear on that. they're already very clearing it usually. If they're not clearing it, then that's going to be an issue. If you're not clearing what you're not happy with, you're going to have issues, right? Because you need to be in a point where you're like, I know for a fact I don't want to be like this anymore. I don't want to have this situation anymore. Cool, that's the first thing. The second thing is then vision. So it's then make them super, super clear on where they're going and how they're going to get there. Then when they two things happen, it just almost like, it's like maybe like a confidence thing comes in where it's like, oh, I can see how I know exactly what I want to get away from. I know exactly where I'm going and I know exactly how I'm getting there. It's almost just like, it's just like bingo. It just kind of, and then the last thing, the bonus thing is 100% energy. And I say this, I've been saying this a lot now. I believe that like I'm just high energy all the time. So I never have problems with motivation. Because if my motivation's not there, I've still got fucking tons of energy. I'm going to the gym, it's not an issue. So I think fixing people's tiredness, that sluggish feeling that people get coming home from work a lot of the time, that's what happens. They feel tired, sluggish because their fucking food's been shit all day, they've not drank water, they've had a shit night's sleep, they get in for the gym and they're like, I just want to fucking sit on the couch, man. I don't want to go anywhere. So it's no motivation problem. I say this, it's a fucking energy problem. You fix your energy. Motivation's not an issue.
Even though I still have my, like, I've got no problem getting to the gym, and I can still resonate with that. Like, if you've been out all day and like you get home and you sit down, you take the weight off your feet, it's a struggle for anybody.
It is a struggle for them, you're right. But your energy's up there.
Yeah.
It's not going to be hard, is it? Well, as hard.
What do you think? Like, what's the? What do you think?
I agree with a lot of stuff I agree with all the stuff that Danny said. For me, I get, and actually this is quite funny. So I done. Do you know what a Venn diagram is?
Yeah. The three circles.
3 circles, and then you kind of score it and whatever. And I was kind of scoring all my clients on it with them on a call.
What are your? What's that? Top secret?
It's top secret.
Top secret
It's top
pillars.
secret, unless you're on the program. So you can pay me some money. But so I was kind of scoring it, going through it with everyone, all my clients, and there's a recurring theme with every single one of my clients. I work with about 50 folk, right? In
Humble brag.
And every single one of them, one of the sections was like going the extra mile. Like, do you go the extra mile for yourself? Right? And every single one of my clients was red, right? Because they're all mums or caregivers or whatever, and their kind of shtick, if you like, is
For someone else.
give it to someone else, like fill their cup before you kind of fill mine. And I suppose one of the things, one of the frames, and a lot of when people come to start working with me, it's literally about changing the way they think and changing the way they view things. And they're like, oh no, but I need to sort the kids. Oh no, but I need to sort my husband, I need to go to the shops, I need to do this. And something that I say to them is that you need to, in order for you to show up as the best version of yourself for all these other people, you need to make sure you're taking care of yourself. You need to be selfish first in order for you to actually give the best version of you to everybody else. And then you can kind of hear the penny drop. Because you're actually, see, if you don't prioritise your energy and your health and your fitness and all that, you're actually giving a shitter version of you to your kids.
To the people that matter.
To the people that matter. So really, by not serving yourself, you're actually being a bad person.
You selfish fucking person.
Yeah,
Do
you know what I mean?
someone who's basically trying, who isn't selfish, is in a way.
Yeah, it's a mental concept there. But then, see, when they do be a little bit selfish, quote unquote, right? Everything starts getting better for everyone else because they've got more energy, because they're sleeping better, because they're feeling good. Everything gets more efficient, and all these things that you don't have time for. You find out that you do
see
have
as
time
well
for
that
it.
people around them rely on them a bit too much as well because they've always done it anyway?
Yes.
Do you have to have that conversation with them?
Yes. Obviously from a business perspective, one of the best things that we do is delegate shit. So see if I don't want to do my graphics, delegate. See if I don't want to cook my meals, delegate, right? A lot of the people that I work with come into the program and they literally bend over backwards for their husbands, their family, their friends. They do everything. They take on more work than they actually should because that is what they've always done. And a lot of the time that's actually learned from the parents as well. So that the mum's been the same.
Yeah.
Like doing all these things. So see, and it's mental. I've had conversations with clients like, could your husband cook? Question mark. And they're like
Question mark.
shit. The husband can cook. Yes. Yeah, or wife or whoever it is.
Yeah.
Right? You can actually share the responsibility, right? And that's a mental concept for someone because it's been learned behaviour in their family bubble or whatever else for years that's just how they do things.
Be the mother figure, take over this.
Yep.
It's funny, there's certain jobs in our house that like only exclusively one of us will do or the other will do, right? Only exclusively. And the thing is, it's like if it's something that we value or they value, so they make sure that it gets, so see like the washing and stuff like that, it's not like a fucking sexist thing by any means, it's just that I'm no doing it. Straight up. So I was like, if you're not doing it, I went to fucking laundry at the top of the streets doing it. So on my ma, I was like, I'm not doing it. She's like, cool. So it's like, she's like, you know what, I can't be asked doing this. She does it. Like she's like, Hattie needs her clothes, I need my clothes for work. I'll wear the same gym shit multiple, I don't give a fuck, right? So, but then with food, Katie would just happily just like eat whatever's in the cupboard. Crisps, bread, toast, doesn't matter, live on that. So I'm like, nah, fridge needs packed. So I'm the one doing the shop, fucking fridge is full. I do the food. I make literally, no bullshit, I would probably say 95% of the things that Katie consumes for food and for water, I make. I make her a packed lunch, bruv. I make her sandwiches for school.
That's cute.
Daddy Green.
Literally make her sandwiches for school, cut them at triangles. I put a sausage roll in tin foil.
On the subject of sandwiches,
Oh yeah.
last episode, Jordan has a great point on the best, how a sandwich tastes better. Is that, am I saying that right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do. It's a scientific thing.
Scientific.
I'm sure you've heard it, that if a sandwich is cut into a triangle, it tastes better than if you cut it halfway down the middle. It's like a well, there you go. I'm not blowing anybody's mind. I've maybe blown a few listeners' minds, but it's like a legit science fact. Anyway,
CrossFit point. Did you make your CrossFit point?
Oh yeah, my CrossFit point. No, yeah, I wanted to flesh out your guys' points a bit more before coming back to mine. But I would probably say that it's the skill thing, and I often find that there's two different camps that people fall into when they're learning all the CrossFit stuff. You know, it's like there's fucking everything. So someone's new and fresh into it. One, they tend to be like super excited, super keen, and they're like, they can't wait to learn all this stuff. But then two, they get very, very quickly overwhelmed. I need to learn how to fucking handstand. I need to learn how to snatch. I need to learn how to fucking throw a 9 kilo ball to a 10-foot target. All this shit starts to come into play. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So then they get quickly overwhelmed, but they're trying to learn it all. And what tends to happen is that either people don't have the skill to do the thing, or they don't have the strength to do the thing. So people are constantly scaling movements because they're like, I can't do a toes to bar yet, so I'll just do this. Or they're scaling the weights back on workouts because they're like, oh, I'm not strong enough to do this. And then they're getting frustrated with that because they go in, and what I see all the time is people go in and they make results like right off the rip. They're the fittest they've ever been, they're the healthiest they've ever been. When they just start going to the classes, just showing up to the classes and just doing them, because it's like a newfound way of training for them. Any new stimulus for most people is going to have that quick short-term effect on anyone.
Wins,
you can go to spin and get the same thing, right? You go for 2 weeks, you're like, like my legs feel strong, but then you get to a certain point where you're going to start to like stall a little bit, and that's when people then need to actually start allocating time and being like, right, okay, I'm actually going to allocate time to this skill to improve it, or I'm going to allocate time to working on my strength to improve it, so that I don't stop running into these roadblocks. Because people keep doing the same thing and expecting that they're going to continue, whereas that's going to taper off after a while. So you need to like, what can I add in that's going to then elevate it? It doesn't mean that you're doing more training, it just means that you're being a bit smarter in your training. So I'd probably say that happens with the types of people that I'm working with more and more now. Tends to be that type of person that is like, they're constantly either scaling things or they're constantly pulling back the weight 'cause they're not strong enough. So it's like having to work on them too, or both of them together. Probably what I see the most.
Interesting.
Do you know, just a wee bit on the, like, people come in, they maybe get frustrated with not being able to do the things and all that. I think what people need to remember is that they're exactly where they should be in relation to the things that have happened previous to this point. Right? And that's maybe an ego thing, maybe an emotional thing with that. Oh, I should be stronger than this. Unfortunately, you shouldn't, pal. You're exactly where you need to be. So just deal with it. Deal with it. Like, you see the amount of weight loss that you've had, it's exactly where it needs to be because of the things that you've done prior to this point. So guess what? It's fine. Just keep going. I've seen a couple of things. So social media is obviously like a big player in that, because people see the good side of it. People see the results. People see the whatever. And
one of my mates, shout out Deggers, who listens to the podcast. I remember when I very first started and we were talking about how people got into CrossFit and stuff like that, and it's like people watch the fucking the videos and the documentaries and the games and stuff, and they're like, I want to do that. And he went, that's like somebody watching fucking Man City and Liverpool and seeing fucking Jordan Henderson fucking firing in free kicks and being like, I'm going to do that. And it's like, there's levels. Yeah, you can kick a ball, yes. But you can't play Premier League football. So it's like, yeah, you can go to a CrossFit gym, but you can't do the stuff that they're doing at the CrossFit games. Yeah, so it's like, there's levels to it. So it's, but people see shit and they think, I can do that. So you're right, it is an ego thing. And it's about checking that. And you've nailed it, being like, you're exactly where you are supposed to be.
Yeah, you're exactly where you should
and like
be.
if you are any further ahead, you're like the anomaly. You tend to be the person that has the potential to be elite or to have the fucking really insane like transformation, because you're that like golden
You're
egg.
already there with it.
You're that golden egg. You're that kind of 1 in a million, but everybody thinks that that's them. Everybody thinks
Well, I can touch on this exactly because I only started last year. And I was so fucking annoyed I couldn't do anything.
I thought, you're going to go the opposite. How are you going to? I'm fucking.
I wish I was at. And I've been training for fucking 25 years now. Do you know what I mean?
25 years.
A while. So I was like, can I do double unders? Can I do any gymnastics? I'm like, but I've got the strength aspect there with the pull-ups and the dips and all the rest of it. And I could single under well, but all the other stuff, all the technical stuff, I'm like, I can't do it. But I'm fine with it, because do you know what? I'm like, I'm learning all this new stuff that I thought I had exercised first.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I thought, like, what can you teach me with technique? Like, so now I'm like, a lot.
How did you feel when you completed it?
When I completed CrossFit.
Yeah.
Is it 2 days I know, wasn't it? Only 2 days.
It's 40-hour crash course and just fucking complete the whole thing.
You know, I'm not used to completing things. Like, I done that, was it called yogging?
Yodeling?
Yodeling.
Running.
Yeah. All that sort of stuff.
On that topic, I seen a guy that he's going to be the first ever man to run the length of Africa, top to bottom.
Yes.
You shared that?
Ginger guy.
The hardest geezer. What a guy. What a fucking guy. If there's anybody I want to get on the podcast, it's him. He's done a few mental things.
Do you know run a No.
He ran a marathon with one leg in crutches. Took him like 14 hours. He climbed up and down stairs on a block of flats for like 30 hours to the height of Everest. Just kept going. Didn't stop. He's done all these mad challenges and he wants to be the first person to run top to bottom Africa.
That would be such a feat, that, man.
Think about that.
It's mental.
No, it's not mental.
Is he doing it in Africa?
Yeah.
As well?
Top Africa.
To
the bottom of Africa.
I know, but he went up and down a block of flats to Everest. He didn't climb Everest.
Aye.
But it's because he says he went
top of Africa.
to bottom of Africa.
To bottom of Africa.
He questioned, but is actually in Africa? Aye.
No, but I just meant the distance.
How fucking mad's that?
Mad.
Do you know, even if it was just the distance, that'd still be fucking mental. But if it's the fact that it is actually in Africa.
No way. Live and direct. Hate. Remember talking about that? This episode?
One of the episodes.
One of the episodes? No, it was this episode. It was this episode we were talking about it.
Earlier on.
Your voice is getting worse.
I know. Hold on.
Oh, shout out Kevon. Hide the label.
Watch how much you're taking.
I'm going to be steaming.
Live and direct hit.
Hi, but on Instagram, I was saying how it's such a fucking wholesome place. This is not their shitty. Please do some research. From Bat Singh, I made a video on handstand push-ups. Ha ha! Not even Jong. Look at that. Well, let's go on his page.
He made a video on yours?
His name is Basten van Gengeldonk.
Class.
Not even joking.
Bet you that's not even his real name.
Bet you that's not even his real name. What is that in?
I can't remember. It isn't something.
What is that?
Not even his real name.
Listen, Gengeldonk. Yeah, fucking.
Hot Fuzz?
It might be.
What?
It could, the more you point at me, doesn't make me remember it.
Usually I do.
When's your birthday?
When's mine?
23rd of February. What year?
Every year.
Every year.
Good luck catching those swans. Sergeant Angle.
Shall we call it?
We'll call it there.
You happy enough?
Yes. I'm happy with that. And that was episode 34
It was.
of the No Rep podcast. Right. You need to do all the things that Jordan said in the last episode because I forget them all the time. I just panic. Share the podcast. comment on YouTube, follow us all, follow the podcast.
Share it with your ma.
Share it with your ma.
Especially Sven's mom.
Especially Sven. Get up, you Sven. Hey. See you later.
Ciao.